Ho ho buddies, welcome to Borderline Games. I'm Gareth, and today we're playing 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. And last time we went through different routes because we found one ending, not the true ending. We found an ending to 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. And we're going back and going through this flowchart to find out the other secret bits and trying to find the true ending. So last time we went through door 8, I think it was. And now we're going to go to this point and pick a different door than the one we did all those episodes ago. I've got a feeling, I've got a sneaking suspicion that maybe this route is like the true ending. So what I want to do is I want to explore this first, because it would be a bit anticlimactic if I found the true ending and then I then had to alternatively go back and then find these lesser endings. So let's do this first. Maybe this isn't the true ending, maybe this is. Okay. So 1, 6, and 2. I think we went through 1 last time, so I guess we're going to go through 6. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, 7 pieces. The pieces of paper they'd folded up lay on the ground next to Junpei's legs. Everyone had written on paper pulled from Junpei's notebook in an effort to pull together a blind vote. Just double checking, well, everyone wrote their code name on a door next to the number they want, right? Yes, just like you told us earlier. Can't believe we're voting here! Why they decided to vote that way? We need to make the whole thing fair, blah-de-blah. This is a complicated plan, you know. Hurry it up, Mr. I have a brilliant idea. They decided it wasn't fair to simply ask everyone at once that would allow people to force others to go through certain doors. Yeah, quiet in the peanut gallery. And he had a plan. It wasn't a plan he wanted everyone catching wind of, however, so he did his best to act calm as he began to open and read the pieces of paper. Alright, let's open these up. The first one says, Ace requests door 1. Yes, I do. Would you like me to explain why? No, we don't have time for that. Sorry, let's keep going. You open the second one? Next is Santa. He wants door 6. Yeah, that's what I wrote. Junpei continued with the 3rd, 4th, and 5th pieces of paper. Clover wants 1, Lotus wants 2, and 7 also wants 2. Wait a minute! There's no way I'm going anywhere with Elephant Man. No, there'd be no point in, to the voting if we let people change their choices based on stuff like that. But... Just give it up, Lotus. It's not like I want to hang out with some exhibitionist grandma. I'm not an exhibitionist. I'm wearing clothes. Barely. So, last time I checked, that's not a crime. Maybe, but what about common decency? Nobody wants to have to look at a chick who looks like a half-naked raisin. Rude. Rude, 7. I'm gonna kill you! I mean, I think we can pretty much skip a lot of this, to be honest, because we did have this before. Lotus's hair flared out like the mane of an angry lion, and she roared with a voice that shook the walls. Oh, not good. Let go. Let go of me. I'm killing him. With some difficulty, Ace managed to restrain her. Junpei, read the rest. Right. Junpei tore his eyes away and looked down at the 6th piece of paper. He opened it. June wants door 6. Yes, I don't really have a reason. I just felt like it. All of the papers save Junpei's had been read. He did some quick calculations in his head. So this was everyone's vote. Ace Clover requested door 1. This was the door on A deck near the central staircase. 7 and Lotus requested door 2. This was the door on the bottom deck and could be reached by taking the elevator to the bottom of the ship. Santa and June requested door 6. This was the bottom of E deck and could be reached by taking the elevator near the central staircase. Then the door I should choose is... So I think I want to go down to the bottom because potentially that's the library. We want to investigate the library. It took him less than a second to run the numbers. He opened the 7th piece of paper and spoke. Okay, the last one is mine. I want to go through door 2. My choice is door 2. Santa was unconvinced. Hey, wait a minute there. Oops. You cheating? Cheating? I'm asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted. How could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier. Let me see that. Sure, here. Junpei shrugged and handed it to him. Santa examined it furiously. The others peered at it as well. As they did, Junpei quickly slipped the piece of paper he'd been hiding into his pocket. Although he'd never know it now, Santa had been justified in his suspicions. Junpei had switched papers. I had 3 pieces of paper ready. For doors 1, 2, and 6. And I put the one with door 6 on it into the pot. He put a small mark on it so that he'd know which one was his. I just needed to make sure I drew last. After I saw everyone else's results, I just chose whatever door I wanted. If the number I'd already put in matched, then I didn't have to switch the paper out. Well, what does it say? He fought the urge to smirk. You got lucky. Santa snorted and tossed the paper aside, frustrated.
Alright. So we know who's going through door 2. It'll be me, Lotus, and Junpei. 7, 8, and 5 is 20. The only problem is the other 2 teams.
June and I want door 6. Clover and I chose door 1. That's not good. We can't open either of those doors with only 2 people. Everyone was silent. Then suddenly Clover spoke, her face blank and cold. Why don't Santa and June go into door 1 with Ace? Huh? Well, they looked at one another. 3 plus 6 plus 1 is 10, which is 1. Finally Ace spoke. Then what will you do, Clover? I'll be waiting at the stairs. You guys are coming back here, right? That's what 7 was saying, wasn't it? That had been what 7 said.
We are going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. That's how the nunnery game works.
I'm sorry, but I just want to be by myself for a while. You understand, right? There was no emotion on her face, but it was drawn and pale, and her eyes were red. No one had the heart to contradict her. The room grew very quiet. Silence drifted down over everything like a blanket of fresh snow. It was Santa who finally spoke. Alright, I'm going through door 1. That alright with you, June? Yes. June nodded. Well, we'll be going then.
Let's move too.
Yeah. Right, let's go. LFG. Gamers. And just like that, their paths were set. I won't see June for a while, but this was my choice. I'm going to have to suck it up. 7 said we'd all see each other again, and I'm going to believe that. He took strength from that thought. The other group went to A deck to go through door 1. Clover joined them. Our group is on our way too. We're heading to the bottom deck using the elevators. I wonder what we'll find down there. They stepped off of the elevator and headed for door 2.
We ready?
Yeah, anytime. I'll go first. One by one, they put their palms onto the recognition device and 3 asterisks blinked to life on its screen. Ka-chunk. Let's go. LFG Gamers. The door opened, and they leapt inside.
Where the hell is it this time?
I don't see it. There it is, it's right there. Fortunately, it took them only moments to find the dead. It had been placed just inside the room right next to the numbered door. They gathered around it and quickly scanned each of the bracelets. It stopped. Yeah, it stopped. Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. Seven and Lotus were breathing hard and fast.
Phew. Man, I'll never get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
Damn right.
Alright. Junpei looked around again. This hallway's pretty short, but it's got 5 doors. 3 on the left, and only 1 on the right.
Don't forget the last one at the end of the hall.
But it's got a metal plate over it, so I doubt we're going to get anywhere that way. After taking a look around the room itself, Seven spoke.
Alright, let's get started. I think we'll probably better split up. You two okay with that?
Yes, no problem. Sure thing.
Then I'll take this first one.
Seven nodded to them and stepped into the room closest to him. I'll try the one next to it. At last, Junpei was left alone. Well, I guess I better get started too. He looked intently at the remaining 3 doors. Emergence? Is that what that said?
Seek a way out.
Confinement room front hallway, okay. There's a door in the back. I wonder where it goes.
I thought of that. Tried a couple of things, but yeah, same result.
Guess Seven wasn't able to do anything. Ah, well. Okay. So, I guess we'll go here. Oh, it's a toilet. And a bedroom. There's a dirty blanket on the bed. Man, this is a mess. It's not even a bed anymore.
Can't say I'd want to sleep here.
What is this?
What the hell's this supposed to be? Like a drawing of a whirlpool or something?
Well, if I had to guess, I'd say it's trying to look like water. Oh.
There's a little tile in the drain.
Doesn't look like we're going to be able to pull it out of there.
Might have to use our heads on this one. Alright, let's figure this thing out.
This tile stuck in the drain. It's like a 4x4.
Looks like the water doesn't work.
Doesn't matter how much Seven turns the thing, no water's coming out. Has the water been shut off from somewhere else? Drawing on the mirror that looks like a spring. Okay. Hey, this handle's pretty loose.
Loose? You think it'll come off if you pull it?
I guess so.
It fell off. Oh, look at this. That handle doesn't really fit on the string. Maybe it wasn't meant to be attached to it. Take a look at this handle. Inside the handles, the hole's thread like you're supposed to screw something in there.
I've seen, we seen anything that might fit in there?
Seen anything that might fit in there?
What might fit in there? Oh, hello, what's that?
A symbol on a toilet lid, huh? Seems a little fishy to me.
It's a sun symbol, but it doesn't look like the ones on the doors.
Damn, this toilet's pretty nasty to begin with, but the inside's even worse.
Honestly, I'm amazed you could bring yourself to touch it.
Huh. There's way nastier stuff out there in the world than a gross toilet.
You're a real deep thinker, aren't you? So nothing else to actually... Probably the nastiest toilet I've ever seen. Seven didn't think twice about touching it. Don't think I'm going to need this tube. Okay. Well, this part is thinner than the rest. In fact, this doesn't really look like it's part of the rest of the thing. This rod feels loose. Maybe if I give it a couple of turns. Here we go. Well, I think I know what to do with that. So if I just stick the metal rod into this handle... There we go. Screwdriver. Well, it looks like the rod comes out easily enough, but I don't think the rest of that is going anywhere. Okay. Anything else here? Click around, click around. Nothing, I guess. Can I use this on here? The towel stuck in the drain. There's no way we're going to be able to pull it out. Okay, so I guess that's not for that. Okay. Ah, okay. There's more to the room than we thought. Ah, okay, there we go.
What the hell? It's not opening!
There's something up with this drawer. I don't trust it. Do this. Sweet, got the screws off.
Now we can open the drawers.
There's nothing in here.
Well, maybe the drawer's what we need.
The drawer, huh?
Alright, let's yank the thing out.
Okay. There's a bump on the back. I wonder what it's for.
Maybe there's a hole somewhere and these bumps line up and trigger a hidden switch or something.
Very specific.
Yeah, we've seen weirder stuff. Doesn't seem that far-fetched.
Okay. So... It's not for this, right? No. Okay, maybe check another room. Middle room. Oh, look at that. Somebody made some wavy blue lines on this mirror with blue paint. Is that a drawing of a blue scarf? No, maybe not. Ah. There's no knob on this faucet. There's no way we can get water out of it like this. If we can find a knob or something that'll work as one, then we should be able to get water to come out of this thing. The drain is kind of a weird shape for a drain. You think they made it that shape for a reason or just for fun? Okay, so this doesn't go in there, clearly. Towel. So this looks like it's got both images from the two mirrors. Well, it looks like a towel. I have to wonder if the design means anything, though. Maybe you should consider what the design might be, perhaps. Perhaps that'll give us a hint. Alright. That bed looks cold. Pretty sure you'd freeze to death in the winter. No kidding. If I tried to sleep here, my skin would dry out in no time. Well, it's not like you're that young anymore. That shouldn't really matter. My, Junpei. Aren't you lucky? It seems you'll die before you have a chance to grow old and hideous. I'm sorry, you're right. Dry skin is a woman's worst enemy. Okay. Oh. Still a terrible bed. Never sleep on a bed like that. Okay. What else are we missing here? Paper seems to be pretty old. How the hell can you touch that? It's horrible. But it's not like I've really got a choice, do I? It's not like I want to. A moon? What a filthy, disgusting moon. Yeah, it's pretty filthy, but it's a precious hint. Let's remember it, alright? I refuse to touch this. I refuse! What the hell's wrong with you? I don't want to touch it ever. Alright. It's just hanging from the wall. Well, if we're pulling the string, then it must be a toilet that flushes. Come on then. Okay. Alright. What else we got in here? There's nothing in the drawer. Yeah. Something's not right, though. That handle on the drawer doesn't really fit, you know? It just looks messy. Why didn't you take it out? Ah, okay. Oh, okay. So I guess we've got 3 to fit together, maybe? If I use the screwdriver on the screw in the center of the handle, maybe I can... Wacka, wacka, wacka. Knob, okay, cool. No. Okay, cool. Let's have a look. Knob. Wacka, wacka, wacka. Sweet, the handle I got off the drawer fits into the faucet perfectly. Now I can turn the water on. Junpei, what are you doing? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I'm running the water. I can see that. I'm asking you why you're just letting it run like that. Think about it, Lotus. This faucet doesn't have a knob when we found it, right? What do you mean? Just watch. Any time now? Hey, water's filling up. Doesn't that just mean the pipes are clogged? Oops, let's turn it off now. Let's turn it off for now. So did anything change? The water stopped flowing. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. Ugh, Junpei. I'm leaving this one to you, alright? The sink is totally filled with water. So, is that going to go to the other one? Or is something going to change in this other room? Lum bum bum. Oops. Yay. Tile. Weird tile thing. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, is it 14? 14. An X. 10, maybe? And what's that at the end? Is that 41 the other way around? Not really, but kind of, I guess. So we've got this tile.
Oh, so we got this tile. It's got red, blue and grey lines. What the heck does this stuff mean?
Okay. Alright, so what else can we do? Hell if I know. Up. Junpei put the wet tile into his pocket. He was about to turn away when there was a noise behind him. What the?
Ugh.
He spun around to see Seven kneeling on the floor. His face was rigid and pale. Droplets of sweat covered his forehead. Hey, what's going on? You okay, man?
Ugh.
You're sweating like crazy. Are you alright?
Ugh.
He was concerned. He's never seen Seven like this before. Slowly the other man lifted himself to his feet on shaky legs.
Phew. Yeah, I'm fine. Just got a little dizzy, that's all.
His face was pale and his breathing was heavy. Sweat was pouring off of his face and staining his shirt. That's definitely more than just a little dizzy. Are you sure? You don't look so good. Seven didn't answer. Half of his face was twisted as if distorted by extreme pain, and his eyes were glazed. Finally, he spoke.
What am I doing here?
Uh-oh. His words made no sense. What are you talking about? We opened the number 2 door and walked in here. Don't tell me you forgot.
No, that's not what I mean.
He shook his head several times as if trying to clear something from it.
It ain't much, but I think some of my memories came back. I think I've been here before.
Oh? Huh?
I said I've been in this room before.
You were here. When? Why?
AoE. Light. Nona.
Suddenly Seven was mumbling to himself. There were words Junpei didn't understand. Seven's hoarse voice trailed off and Junpei couldn't make out what he'd said. What the hell was that? Seven's brow furrowed furiously, and he ground his teeth back and forth.
It's right there. I feel like I'm this close to remembering everything, but I just can't.
Seven stopped, frustrated. He pulled his hat off and ran a hand through his hair. Then suddenly he looked up, his eyes wide.
That's right! An experiment! There was some kind of experiment going on this ship.
An experiment? What sort of experiment?
They were trying to control people. Or something like that.
What the hell are you talking about? Junpei didn't know what to make of Seven's story. Instead, he simply stared at Seven as Seven continued.
Aoi, Light, Nona. Those were their names. Well, some of them. The kids that were in the experiment, I mean. I think there were 4 or 5, but I don't remember all their names. Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm here.
Seven began to mumble to himself and wander aimlessly around the room. He looked confused. So far as Junpei could tell, the man was simply rambling, and there were odd twitches to his movements.
Experiment. Cradle. Pharmaceuticals. Those kidnapped kids. Was I working that case?
Seven continued to mumble to himself about things that meant nothing to Junpei. Was he a policeman? Junpei didn't have any answers for him, of course. Couldn't understand what was happening to Seven. All he could do was wait. After a few minutes, Seven finally stopped.
Wait. Under this bed.
He crouched down and looked under the bed. His face registered mild surprise, and he began to mumble to himself again.
The hole's gone. No. Maybe it was a different room. There's got to be a ton of rooms on this bed that look just like this one.
At last, Junpei could contain himself no longer. Hey, what exactly do you remember? Maybe you could stop talking like a crazy person and tell me what's going on here. Seven stood up slowly.
Well, it's not like I remember everything. I've only got bits and pieces, and they're scattered and don't make much sense.
I don't care. Tell me the bits and pieces then. Junpei could feel it. Whatever Seven had remembered, it was important. Very important.
Okay.
Seven drew a large muscled hand down across his face. As he wiped the sweat from his brow, he spoke.
From what I can remember, I think I was a cop.
A cop?
Yeah. I was looking for that group of kids that got kidnapped 9 years ago. You remember that, right? It was all over the news.
Yeah, I was still in school. I don't remember all the details, but I do remember some of it. I think it was a bunch of kids right around my age. They all just disappeared, nobody knew why. It was all over the TV and newspapers every day. So you're saying you were investigating it?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And I guess I found something. There was this medical company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals that had something to do with those kids. After I figured that out, I managed to get some information out of somebody who worked for them. I think it was...
Tonight a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Yeah, that had to be it. That's why I went to the wharf.
Oh, he looks clean AF here, doesn't he?
From the shadows, I searched the harbour until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them were carrying large bags. The bags, there was something about the way they moved, as they were carried. No doubt about it, there were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realised it. I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand.
Don't move.
I felt metal touch the back of my head.
Drop the gun.
He kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. Gah! There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle. A drug.
Was it Ace? Oh my god.
That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that.
So how many bags were there? Was there 4 or 5?
Ugh. I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts. Where am I? A small shabby bed, a dirty sink. A toilet with no privacy. I've seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but it won't open. Not like I expected much else. Who'd be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked? I threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed and sat down. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long? Then I heard a faint voice.
It's 9.
The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying, but I could hear one. It was pretty high. Probably a little kid.
Oh, here. Getting.
No, it was several. I heard 5 or 6, maybe more. Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. What?
Oh, what? Go! Ow!
Left. It's coming from under the bed. I hold on the metal frame and flip the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit. But I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold up. Why are there kids here? But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner liner docked offshore. Jesus Christ.
Whoa, am I on that ship? It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit?
No, 7, you couldn't.
I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then... I broke both my fingers. Yeah, how'd you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside.
Oh my god. Junpei waited for 7 to resume his story. The longer he waited, however, the clearer it became that 7 had no intention of doing so. He'd gone silent and simply stared off into the air, his eyes blank. Hey, what happened after that? He'd waited long enough, but 7 shook his head.
I don't remember what happens after that. I think I found some kind of door out of the duct. And I think I found some kids too. Not good. Why can't I remember what happened next?
Oh man, what happened to the kids, 7? Did you save them?
I don't know. I don't know if it was me. I've got this feeling. I think one of the kids died. A girl, I think.
Huh? Deep in his heart, Junpei felt something very cold. 7's head dropped, and Junpei saw it a look of sadness, the likes of which on his face. It's on his head. 7's head dropped, and Junpei saw on it a look of sadness, the likes of which he'd never seen on the man before. The large man's eyes blinked rapidly as if he were fighting back tears, and he swallowed hard. Ugh. His sigh was like the melancholy setting of an old, abandoned building. Quite poetic. He shook his head and spoke.
Anyway, please don't ask me any more, okay? and they don't remember anything else.
After that, Junpei could hardly try to force any answers out the other man. It's fine. Don't push yourself. Going by what he said, Junpei left Seven to pull himself together and instead began thinking everything over. The children who'd been kidnapped 9 years before. Apparently a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals had been behind it all. They'd taken the children to the same ship we're on now. They'd been brought here for an experiment. Seven said it had something to do with controlling human beings. The 16 children who'd been kidnapped were the subjects. Seven had said 3 of their names were Aoi, Light, and Nona. I think that's all I got. Oh, and Seven is, or was at some point, a cop. I can't really use any of this information anyway. I didn't learn anything about the nonary game or Zero. Why were we brought to the same ship where they'd done those experiments 9 years ago? And just what the heck is this about controlling human beings? That's nuts. Did they really conduct an experiment like that? Before long, Junpei realized he'd spent quite some time deep in thought. Not enough time to just stand here thinking. I need to get moving. Junpei shook his head quickly to clear it and returned to his investigation, thoughts swirling in his mind. Wow, okay, so... okay. So what have we got here then? Drawer without handle. Desk drawer. Maybe I should put this in the other one. Will trigger something. So why have I got 2 drawers? Drawer without handle. Desk drawer. Sound like something falling out. What was that? I heard it too. Let's open the drawer. Alright. Tile. Oh. Maybe we'll get a tile if we do the same here. No, I already took the drawer out of this desk. Okay, that's fine. Let's go over here. Oh, it's darker in here. I can just barely see a mirror from the light coming through. Sure would be nice if that mirror was a little lower down. Looks like it's the same height as the mirror on the right. Wonder if that means anything. In the other room, the river and the spring went together to solve the puzzle. Does that mean there might be a similar puzzle with this mirror? Well, there's nothing else here apart from the mirror. Maybe I just need to pair something with this mirror. Nope. The only difference between them is whether or not they're reflecting any light. If it's a sink, but there's no light shining on it. It's hard to be sure because it's so dark in here, but I don't think there's anything going on with this sink. The faucet is too hard to turn. It's a blanket. Not really a great one, but still. Okay. What's the deal with the lighting in here? There's just this one beam of light. The rest of this place is too dark. I can't see anything. There's no way we can explore the rest of this room. 14 equals E. It's like a dirty toilet, but it's too dark to tell. It says 14 equals E in red. I think I saw 14 in red somewhere else. Yeah, we did. We saw it on the tile, right? Was it something I'm carrying around with me? 14 equals E. They're the same. Combine them? No. Toilet paper. It's still white enough for me to know what it is, even in the dark. There's nothing out of the ordinary about it. I can just barely make out the string for the toilet, but I cannot. But I can get a hold of it. Damn it! Kind of pisses me off that I can see it, but I can't touch it. Let's have a look here. Ah! God damn it, no matter how hard I pull on this damn thing, it won't budge. Guess I won't be able to open this anytime soon. It doesn't look like I've got a keyhole. Like it's got a keyhole. And there doesn't seem to be anything stopping it. How the hell am I supposed to open it? Right, so what am I gonna do then? Old and rusty. Light's barely enough to see by. I feel like I'm gonna see a ghost or something. Blanket, not really a great one, but still. Okay. Guess. What else we got here? Emergence. A bunch of tiles on the door that spell out emergence. Emergence. Maybe it means we need to emerge out of here. Do we need to do something with these tiles to open the door? Tiles we found in the tiles here are the same size. When I touched the tiles on the door, I felt something weird. Huh. I can move these tiles.
Then that means... maybe if you swap the tiles we got with the tiles on the wall, something will happen.
I suppose now we just need to figure out what the strange designs on these tiles mean. At any rate, we should look for all the tiles that are the same size. You're right. Let's meet back here after we've done a thorough search. Alright, so... what am I missing? Let me think. Let's have a look at these.
Hey. Oh, there's a mirror on the back of that drawer. Maybe it's some sort of secret magic mirror. Like maybe my reflection will be really hot.
That's supposed to be a joke.
Laugh all you want, kid. Just keep in mind that your face ain't gonna be normal again afterwards.
Oh, I see. There it is. Oh, okay. So maybe we can go back to that room. Drawer without a handle. Mirror is hanging the same height as the one on the right. Drawer without a handle. Mirrors in the back room hung opposite the wall. There's a mirror in the back of the room hung opposite this wall. The only difference between them is whether or not they're reflecting any light. So the other one... the mirror is hanging on at the same height as the one on the right. Ah, I see. Oh yeah, we can probably use this mirror to reflect the light. Now we just got to figure out where to reflect the light. Maybe if I go somewhere that's a little easier to shine light on. So if I shine the light on the mirror in the back... ah, okay. I get it. If I shine light on a mirror, symbols appear. The left side has a sun and the right side has a moon symbol. I'm going to remember this. Okay. I'm going to shine light on the mirror in the back. 47. Is that a number? So if I shine light on this mirror, then I get to see some numbers. I can see a 4 on the left and a 7 on the right. Four and 7. So does that mean... oh, okay. So does that mean I need to flush the toilet? Because they've got a sun toilet 4 times and the moon toilet 7. Okay. That's weird, isn't it? Let's try it. Alright, so which one is this? So this is sun. The only thing you can manipulate in this room is that string. Chances are they made this puzzle so someone wouldn't trigger it by accident. 2. Guess I should keep just pulling on this thing then. Alright, here goes. Second pull. Third pull. 4 times, right? Did you just hear something?
I did, but it doesn't look like anything's happened here.
Huh. I wonder what that sound was. Weird, okay. So nothing's happened here. Oops. It's like a toilet.
Pretty old school toilet. Guess that makes sense, though. This ship seems pretty old, too.
Alright. La-da-da. Okay, so... 7 times. So this is what the moon symbol was pointing to, huh? They probably made it so that someone wouldn't trigger it by accident, if that's the case. 1. Second time. 2. And a third time. 3. Fourth time. 5th time. It's the 6th consecutive time. Go. Ka-dunk. There's that sound again. It happened whenever I pull a string a couple of times. Junpei, did you hear something from the other room? The other room? You mean from the dark room? Cool. Let's have a look. Maybe the drawers have opened? What a convoluted puzzle. There we go. Well, this drawer opens easily enough. Okay, cool. So we can use these now, I'm guessing. If they're E's in emergence, there's 4 E's, isn't there? Blum, blum, blum. See how they run. Okay. Well, it looks like we've investigated all the rooms. The only mystery left is that door.
Alright, let's crack that mystery then.
We've got 4 tiles.
And there are a bunch of tiles that are the same size up on the wall here.
So if we replace 4 of the tiles on the wall with the ones we've got, that should open the door. But there's only one way to find out. Replace all of the E's. Yes? Yes. Hey, did you hear something unlock? Does that mean we got it right? Does that mean I'm a clever boy? Yes, it looks like we did. Yes! The 14 hidden on that tile. If you convert them to hexadecimal, it's an E. Yeah. I knew that. Basically, the E's in emergence.
Basically, the E's in emergence are the 14s from the tiles. So if we replace it, that gives up the answer.
Do you really care why it worked? Let's just get out of here. Yes. Let's go. LFG gamers. You found it. Good job. Ooh. They passed through the open door and headed to the next room. Junpei jogged down the short staircase and looked around. Ooh. What the hell is this place? What the hell is this place? The words had sprung unbidden to his lips, but it was clear why. Junpei shivered. Lotus and Seven reached the bottom of the stairs and stopped short, terrified. This room is really creepy.
I think we ought to get the hell out of here. Now.
He jogged up the stairs on the opposite side of the room and shut the door on the wall next to the catwalk. It didn't open, and he muttered to himself.
Figures.
It's locked, isn't it?
Yep, don't know why I thought this one would be any different.
So what is this room for, anyway? Junpei looked around the room again. Well, there's a chair in the centre of the room. It looks uncomfortable, to say the least. I'd rather not sit in it if we can avoid it. The back of it was covered with electrodes, connected to a nest of wires.
Looks like it's placed over some kind of glass panel. Too dark to look through it, though.
Junpei turned to look on the right side of the room. There was a table covered with a piece of cloth.
This isn't
dried blood on the tablecloth, is it? Oops. On top of the table were a number of metal instruments. Junpei didn't know what they were for, and he had a feeling he didn't want to find out. What the hell is this? What are these tools for? That's not something I even want to think about. Junpei shook his head in an attempt to clear it, and tried to focus on something else.
No doubt about it, this room's dangerous. Let's make our search quick so we can solve the puzzle and get the hell out of here. Come on.
Boom. We did it again. And that concludes another episode of 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors. And now we're in the torture room. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Borderline Games. I will see you next time. Have a good evening. Take care. Bye bye.